Good evening, YouTube. Master Moss here. Unfortunately, I feel this is going to be my last deck profile. I'm having some problems with another deck of mine, my final deck, the Gen X. And unfortunately, I can't get no other duelists here in the Bahamas to put their stuff online. So, here we go. Last deck build, the Psychics. Alright. Got one Overdrive Teleporter, Armored Axon Kicker, 3 Silent Psychic Wizard, 2 Psy Blocker, 1 Rise Bell the Star Psyker. Basically, she levels up your monster, one of your psychic monsters by 1. I've been thinking about putting in another one of her. 2 Psychic Snails, 3 Serene Psychic Witch, one of your main searches there in the deck, your main engines. 2 Hush Psychic Cleric, 2 Mind Protectors, and 2 Rise Bell the Star Adjuster. Now this one is like the other Rise Bell, but this one's more like on steroids, because she could raise their levels up by 3. So if you're trying to make a level 9 synchro and you only got 6 stars on the field, just use this little girl's effect and you got your 9 stars right there. Alright. Next up, you got 2 Psychic Commander, 2 Esper Girl, 2 Crebons, of course, and 2 Psychic Jumper. Now I see a lot of new psychics out there. I even got a chance to spot the Gusto deck. A friend of mine was doing it with that. Pretty nice, but like, in case you haven't noticed, with most of my decks, I like to go old school with the monsters. I like to keep it original. All right, from the spells, I got 3 Brain Research Lab, which is a very risky yet rewarding card in this deck. It allows you to get an extra normal summon, which allows you to pull off your moves faster. Problem is, wait, let's not get to the problem yet. It also allows you to activate your monster's effects without giving up life points. Because see, the thing with this psychic deck is you gotta give up life points to activate the effects. But with this field card, you don't have to give up no life points. You just add a counter onto this card, and you get to pull up the effects. Now the problem comes in is that if this card is destroyed, for every counter on it, you lose 1,000 life points. So if you're gonna use this, anybody out there, you gotta protect it and watch yourself, because your opponent will go straight for it. And if they wait long enough, they'll win the duel. Next up is 1 Side Station, 1 Field Barrier. Like I said, you gotta protect the field spell, and 2 Double Summon. Now this card is basically a substitute. I'm having some trouble locating a couple of emergency teleport for this deck, but these work almost as good. So for now they'll do, but later on I'll get them. 1 Terraforming, 1 Book of Moon. For the traps, I got Brain Hazard. Well, 1 Brain Hazard, which is something like Monster Reborn, only for psychics only. 1 Past Image, Dark Bride, Mirror Force, Magic Cylinder. And that's the main deck. For the extra deck, We got practically every psychic monster they've ever made, with the exception of one very big, mean-looking purple overmind something or other. Some overmind nightmare or overdrive nightmare psychic type monster. Haven't been able to find that one yet, but I'm still looking. Alright, to start off, you got Overmind Archfiend, Hyper Psychic Blaster, Ally of Justice Field Marshal, bit of a surprise card there. When this card attacks face down defense position monster destroyed by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you get to draw one extra card. One Thought Ruler Archfiend, one Psychic Life Transfer, one of the best cards to have, not because of her attack but mostly because of her effect. Like I said before, with this deck you give up a lot of life points, so between this and the Magical Android, you may want to get multiples. You know, just in case you're getting on the edge of your rope there and you want to get a few extra points. Next up, you got HTS Psychemus. So some dog with got crystals coming out of his back. Alright. Basically, he's a neutralizer. Remove for play any monster that attacks him as well as himself. Okay, Magical Android, like I said, get some life points back. And for the Xyz, well, in truth, they didn't make that many of these psychics for the Xyz, but this is all I got my hands on so far. Okay, you got Tried and True number 69 Heraldry Crest, Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut, and Armored Copper. Now this monster here can be used for multiple decks. I've seen guys put it in water decks, fire decks, basically whatever deck you want to put him in. And that's because he doesn't require psychic type monsters or water type monsters. It's just two level 2 monsters. So yeah, and that's it. Those are my psychics. I'm afraid this is going to be the last deck build till I can get my Gen X up and running, or if I can convince one of the other duelists to come on, to either come on my web page or allow me to showcase their decks for them. Until then, YouTube, this is Master Moss from the Bahamas, signing out.